Hi guys, welcome to the Bamnbeyond podcast. This is the podcast where you learn more about Bam and Beyond, the team, what's on our mind, and everything else regarding us. My name is Simon, and I am one of the co-founders. And today, I am joined by.
What's up, guys? It's Sunny. How you doing?
Hi guys, I'm Sophia.
Wait, Sunny, why did you say how you're doing? They can't really talk to us. This is a podcast.
Well, we have a comment section down below, let us know how you doing.
Yes.
She's just checking up on them. It's okay.
Yeah, how are you guys doing? Listening and YouTube. I'm actually asking, how are you guys doing?
I thought you were asking in the comment section. See, I told you we're in sync, but
I care about you guys. I want to know how you're doing. Can I not ask?
I'm doing okay. I'm stable.
I can take stable.
I'm doing all right, I guess.
Cool. And that's the podcast. Thanks for joining
Thanks
us.
for watching. Bye.
This is it's so nice to have you guys here. Is this your first ever podcast you've been on? Please tell me yes.
Yes, it is.
My first one too.
Okay, good. That's and you're gonna just stay on this podcast. You're not gonna be on anyone else's, right? This is going on.
If someone asks me, can I not guest on a podcast?
No, I'm joking. You can.
If I was born with bubble tea, then maybe.
No, I'm joking. I'm not like kind of boss, although I don't think of myself as a boss.
No.
Is he boss?
I'm not a boss.
So I define the relationship. Like, what is our role?
What are we to you?
You guys are vital members to the spirit of BAM. I don't know why it's spirit.
But if someone was to ask us, so what's your role in BAM? What would you say?
Oh, these guys look after me. I'm joking. No, it's actually really hard to describe what you guys do because you guys do a bit of everything, right? Like you guys are like multi-hyphen people. Like,
multi-hyphen people.
Yeah, the hyphen. That's the hyphen.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
right?
we're it's the hyphen. But we're the type of people who somehow have many roles, but somehow accumulate also new roles.
Yeah.
New skills.
Yeah, that's been happening to me. Like I've been doing graphics. Like I'm not a graphics designer. Like I've been making filters like on Instagram. Like what's the title for that even? Like I don't know.
Filter.
To be fair, I feel like I need my own filter for what I say sometimes. Not gonna lie. And Sunny, you laughed a bit way too hard there. I don't know where you're going with that, but we'll keep the podcast moving. So the reason why you guys are here is because our audience need to get to know you. And they already know what you do. You do everything. But I guess now we can talk about, well, who are you? What makes you you? Why did you want to get into media? Like,
I don't know why. I just felt attacked because I was like, what is my identity?
What is my identity?
Oh yeah, I go for that every day. I'm not gonna lie. Who am I gonna put on the spot first? I'm gonna put on Sophia. Tell us about you. Talk about stuff.
Where do I start? I guess. Okay, let's keep it real related to BAM. Why am I interested in media and how did I get into BAM? That probably makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's start. So the reason I got into media was because I guess growing up, I was really interested in, I don't know, like TV and all like that kind of media related stuff. And especially with Asian culture as well, I just felt like growing up, I wasn't really exposed to a lot of people who were Asian like myself because my area was predominantly white. And I guess I wanted that sense of representation, and it kind of links to something I'll tell you guys later about how I met Simon. But I got involved in like lots of media related stuff as I was growing up. For example, like the BBC News Report or working for the Young Reporting Scheme with The Guardian. And I guess that kind of just started everything for me for my writing. And then that led me into college where I was doing media production. I got into doing extracurricular stuff like college magazine, which I guess even led into me making my own blog, which I have today, which I hope you guys will check out later on. But in terms of that, I guess it's just because I find that sort of creativity thrill. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like you guys can relate, right? Like, being able to complete a project and then having the thrill of like that pleasure, sense of pleasure when you're done. I think the best thing about being with BAM as well, like, we all have that same mindset and we're all like, oh my God, we're finished. Oh my God, it looks so good. Damn. And we always somehow manage to amaze ourselves every single time.
That's
And
so
I think also it kind of comes down to identity. Growing up, I was kind of like, you know, with Asians, like they always expect you to go through those like stereotypical paths, like,
yes, oh my
oh,
God.
you should go into STEM or like law or be an accountant or business. Okay, and okay, this is really stereotypical, but like, so like, if you guys don't know, I'm Chinese Vietnamese, but I guess I'm more related to my Vietnamese side, but like, I remember my auntie telling me, and she was like, "But why are you going into media though? Like that's hella risky." And I'm just like, "But like, why wouldn't I?" And then she's just like, "But like, you can. Why don't you be a nail technician? Like work at a nail shop?" And I'm just like, "Oh my God, that's so Vietnamese." But also like, but why? Like I'm not interested in that. And I guess like that kind of encouraged me to want to do really well and be like, "Hey, okay, you might think media is like an unstable career, but I'm gonna prove you wrong and I'm gonna work hard and I hope that like I am able, hey, why am I hoping? I will make it out there somehow. So, and I guess a good part of it is having BAM.
That's. I feel like I feel like that's what I want BAM to be. Kind of like that. I would say like that model or like that example that this can be done. Because that's how I felt with Wong Fu. Like it's like seeing them, seeing what they were doing when I'm gonna say Sunny's age, and being like, yeah, like wait, there's Asians doing this. That's possible. I feel like. Do you feel like with your auntie, because there is a lack of Asian representation for her, it's part of that. Like don't do that.
I feel like there's like two things. So like one is related to the fact that going into creative media is like it's not common. You don't really see Asians doing it.
Yeah.
But also because like, you know, when you're coming from a family of like immigrant parents or like immigrant grandparents and stuff like that, and they come over here, it's like they always tell you that like, you know, we worked hard to get here and like that's why you should go and look for a successful job, a well-paying job and stuff to be able to finance yourself so you don't have to go through those kind of struggles like they did, which I guess like to others they're like, oh, creative media is risky, like it's competitive and like there's no guarantee that it's high pay, like well paid compared to like, you know, being a doctor or being an engineer.
Yeah, I feel you. And as you were saying, right, regarding those kind of quote unquote Asian careers, for me, I was planning to get into business. Like I was doing that for A levels, and then when I got my results for my first year and I got a D in that, I was like, okay, yeah, this is not for me. And yet in film studies, I got like a B, and I didn't revise for it. So I was like, I'm gonna go with the flow. I actually can't remember what my mom said. I think I was just like, hey mom, I'm gonna do this, and she was like, that very hesitant, like, okay. But yeah, and how's it been for you, Sunny? What's
Well,
your
for me,
journey been like?
oh, so I think I was around 11 or 12 years old, and this was still back when I was still studying in the Philippines. So we would just like make skits with my friends whilst waiting for our like guardians to pick us up. And from there, like I just really enjoyed like filming and editing, and I was like, yo, I want to do this. Like, I actually want to do this. And then I think a year or two after that, I moved back here to London, and I still had that mindset of I really want to continue making films. etc. I made a YouTube channel. Please don't search it up. I was one awkward kid. I hope it's not up.
We're gonna find it. If anyone finds that YouTube channel, we'll get you free merch. I'll say that right now.
I didn't even know Sunny had a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What?
But yeah, please carry on.
I started making like YouTube videos, and then I came across the first like British Asian content creators that I came across. It was like this group of like Asians, and they would make videos, and it was just like on Instagram. So every week there'd be a different theme, and depending on the theme, that's the sort of video that each member had to make. So if the theme was like, oh, you have to do a mukbang, then everyone has to do a mukbang. So that, and I was like, yo, that's pretty interesting. So my best friend at the time, I was like to him, hey, you know, you enjoy filming, I enjoy filming. Let's set up a group too. And so that's how it kind of started. And then we just somehow, I guess, dispersed, all of us. Everyone else just did their own thing. I still wanted to film. And then from there, I did not know any of British Asian content creators. And then my family friend Mary, she asked me like, hey, like what are you into? And I was like, oh, I'm into like film, like that's the route that I want to get into. And she's like, oh, I was in my friend's like skit, and then that's how she showed me Diamond's video.
She's cute.
She's cute. And then I kind of forgot about it, I can't lie.
Wow. I went high and then I went back down.
I'm so sorry.
But she really did you dirty.
I'm sorry. No, but 2 years after that, right? Literally a day before I came across Simon's Instagram, I was out with a friend and we were just catching up, and he was asking me, so like, what's your plan now? Because you know you're in sixth form, like, sis, what's the future looking like for you? And I was like, listen, I've made my decision. I'm going into film.
Oh wow! So you knew when you was that age?
I just knew. I was like, I'm going into film. I know I said I was going to do into law, and I really tried, but I just knew to myself, like, that's the biggest lie. Like, it's not going to happen. Even friends were telling me, like, Sunny, you're not going to be a lawyer. Let's get real. Like, it's not going to be your thing. So then I came across Simon's video on YouTube, and it was the Mama Sons opening at Chinatown. And I was like, oh, another British Asian content creator. That's so cool. There's someone like me. Because I think around that time, that's when I started making shorts, and I think vlogging as well. So it was just like, ooh. So then I stalked Simon, of course, because that's the most normal thing.
That's the logical thing to do.
Yeah, that's the most logical thing you do. And then I saw like his Right in the Fields like series, and I was like, this hurt me a lot, but this is so good.
Oh, good. That's good. That's the point of that series.
It hurt me, but it's so good. So then I messaged him. I was like, hey, like I love your stuff, and yeah, and this was back in October.
Oh shit!
2018.
Oh, that's so far. Oh.
Yeah, and then like a couple months later, Simon was looking for a PA, but they had to be plus 18, and little Sunny was 16. But I still shoot my shot and said to him, hey, I'm 16, turning 17. I would like to, you know, apply as your PA for work experience, if that's cool. And then Simon...
What did I say?
And then you were like, oh, that's a perfect timing because I'm planning to do like this project and you needed help. And I was like, oh my God. And then you said to me, hey, just to put it out there, I don't have the funds to pay you or to feed you. And I was like to him, it's cool, I'll do it for free. And yeah, so there. And then I helped you with the trailer thing.
Oh, with Ray?
Yeah, with Ray. And then that's how I met Ray and Elle, my sister.
Oh, wow. And that was a year ago now, right? Around, almost.
Yeah, because I met you in person, Philly Fest. So 1st of June last year, like in person. That was like first human interaction, physical interaction.
Wow, why does that feel so long ago now?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So we know when you messaged me. Sophia, when did we first make first contact?
Right. Wow, it's been a while.
Yes.
Like, okay. From what I remember was like, there was this Facebook post which Anne had. You guys might know her, Anne Cherisu, but like she made a Facebook post and she was talking about like something to do with like British Asian representation. And I think we were just talking about how like in terms of like British Asian representation, there's kind of a lack of it here. Like if you compare it to stuff like, you know, Wong Fu and like Just Kidding and stuff like that, and like, you know, those people, those YouTube creators, we don't really have anything here. And like, I guess and I was like, oh my God, I really want to be a part of that. Like I want to be part of that community which starts, or like people look up to in terms of like British Asian creators. And then that's talking about how you were talking about like sliding into DMs, right? Like we were just talking about like, I remember Simon popped up to me and was like, oh yeah, you're like an Asian, like you're interested in like Asian representation, right? And stuff like that. And then we ended up just being like having a conversation and like connecting through that. And I feel like it's so good, like having that sort of like-mindedness and being like, oh, we both have that same goal, we both want that representation. And I guess that's how I found out about BAM. And if I'm correct, we like met around 2016. Yeah, 2016. So like I decided to take a gap year. I deferred my place in Nottingham. And then I was like looking for like media related opportunities. And then Simon was talking about like giving me an opportunity to work as well and like do some work for, I think it was like some production project. I can't remember what, was it Just Friends? I'm not sure.
Just Friends, the remake.
Oh my God.
I remember
like
now. Oh
yeah,
gosh.
with like the original like BAM crew and stuff, like, oh my God, like that was so long ago. And like it kind of just relates to what me and Sunny were talking about, how like we were like, aren't we like the BAM fangirls? Like, you know, like
what?
Yeah.
Like me and Sunny one day, like I think Simon went to eat dinner because he finally remembered that he had to eat. But then we were and we were just talking about how like how did we meet Sai? And we were like, oh my God, wait, like I remember we were just like, oh, we were like working for him, like we weren't part of BAM, but we were interested in working for BAM. And then we were like, oh my God,
We're like fangirls. Now we're living our dream.
Literally. And now here we are. I can't believe what are we? Core members, I guess.
That's what we are. Yeah. I wake up.
You guys are whatever you guys want to call yourselves, to be honest. Like,
we're more family though. That's how I see that. Like what we were saying. Like I can never picture it as like, oh, me working for like a boss and then my other bosses. Like I always see it as like I'm working with friends. I'm with family. You know, like you guys are like my older brothers and sisters, as being like the BAM baby who's still kind of working her way through figuring it out.
I honestly agree. Like when I think of BAM, I just think of like us as like some really like, you know, really connected group. Like I'm never really afraid to talk about whatever I want. Like sometimes like literally when we're like we have our WhatsApp chat or even our Zoom calls, like, oh my God, when we have like BAM, what's it called? Like bonding sessions. Like, oh my God, like honestly, it makes me wonder how comfortable we are with each other. That's what I've learned.
You can learn a lot about people when you play Cards Against Humanity. That's all I'm gonna share there. But
yeah, I think
I love that though. I'm like, yeah, it's weird because like, yeah, we used to work with each other. I mean, like I'd say you used to help me help BAM, but now it's like we're all in the same circle now. But yeah, I guess we kind of do need to have labels at some point when we get there. But until then, it's like we're just doing a bit of everything, as we said earlier. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, so because Sophia, you're already done with uni.
Yeah, oh my God. So when we were recording this podcast, I literally just finished uni like a couple of weeks ago. And obviously with COVID, I'm meant to graduate, but it's a virtual graduation at the moment. So maybe one day, eventually, I'll be able to throw my graduation cap and everything. But who knows? Maybe by the time this podcast released, I will finally have that physical graduation. But I guess in terms of what I want to do now, like obviously, I think for me, it would be amazing to be able to work for BAM full time.
Soon.
When we make it up there.
Yeah.
When. But I guess for now, I'm just kind of looking into doing lots of like going into PR or marketing work. But on the side, I've done, I guess, like getting to this point and like knowing what I want to do, I've done like so many random media related stuff. Like honestly, also, can I just say that K-pop really helped me with a lot of that. I don't know if any of you guys are K-pop fans, but
you mean like listening to the music, or you mean
like so it's kind of funny because like I got into K-pop when in year 9, so I was like, I don't know, 13 at the time, and then it kind of led me to get interested in getting to know even more people. Like I was like I think you guys remember I was talking about like I started my blog. And I started my blog related to talk about like Asian events that happened in the UK or specifically London. And then from that, I ended up like contacting people. I started working for like, I actually worked behind the scenes for some K-pop concerts. I'm not going to tell you guys how because I get enough questions for that. But I've worked for like quite a few K-pop concerts, like producing them. And yes, I have met them in person.
How have I not known this? What the heck?
I have met them. It's a very interesting experience, like meeting idols. But I can't tell you guys who. But maybe if you guys have a look around, you'll be able to work out who I met. But I guess from that, I also ended up doing a lot of events. So from concerts, and also like I actually started I made a proposal for my own festival. So there's this charity organization called KBCE, which stands for Korea British Cultural Exchange. And they have a festival called the Kingston Korea Festival, which happens annually now, along with the council. But basically, because I was really interested into K-pop, I was like, guys, why don't we have like a competition, like host a competition and stuff like that? So I proposed it to the director of the charity, and I was like, oh, like, I want to do this festival, but I don't know. I mean, because like the K-pop community really did so much for me, and I was like, I kind of want to give back to that community. So I started making this proposal, and I explained what I wanted to do, and then I can't believe it, but we actually set it into action, and the council really loved it, and now it's an annual thing. So at this point, it's 2020, and we've done it for 2 years in a row now. So this will be a third year depending how COVID pans out. But it's been amazing. And I even had the opportunity to host both of these festivals. So it's just amazing to see how much the community has grown. Because when I started into K-pop, everyone used to think that K-pop wasn't, it was like, why are you listening to music you don't understand? And then now it's like BTS, Blackpink, and like everybody's, and everyone, well, at least everyone kind of knows K-pop now compared to like how it used to be. So
I am part of that everyone now. Just throw that out there. I'm a Blink army once. Yeah, keep going. Sorry. I didn't know you actually did the proposal for that, because I remember you promoting those events, and I've always wanted to go, but in my head I'm like, Kingston's a bit out the way. But now I live out the way, so now I'm like, it's not that out the way. Oh.
Yeah, it's honestly amazing. Like I remember just thinking it was just something that I wanted to set into plan, but I never thought it would. You know, sometimes we just come up with plans and you never really know if it's going to be put into action. But when you make it happen, it's amazing. Like honestly, when I saw the result, like if I think about the first time that I held the festival to the second time, like it has grown so much. Like honestly, it's amazing. And I guess also with K-pop, am I rambling on? I feel like, I guess with like K-pop, I guess like one of my biggest influences to my I guess my identity and how I became who I am with media is United K-pop.
That's the blog, right? Or not blog, website.
Yeah, so United K-pop is basically a Korean cultural like news website, and they also have a e-magazine. And basically I knew about this site because I was like, oh, it's kind of where I find out all the information about concerts or like news related stuff about K-pop in the UK. And then it's funny how I kind of ended up working for it, but basically during my gap year as well. Wow, my gap year really did a lot for me.
It's like
But
a gap
basically,
decade.
I know, right? And I remember in like, I think it was like the beginning of 2017. And basically, I was working for this music video production of basically some people from this. It was from a record label called Unique Tunes, and they brought two of their artists and stuff like over to the UK, and they wanted to film a music video. And someone basically recommended me and was like, "Oh, are you interested in doing this music video production?" And I was like, "You know what? Why not? Like, I don't really have much to be doing and stuff." And actually, it really helped me build my connections as well. And then at the music video shoot, I met the CEO of United K-pop at the time, and I was talking about like my interest in writing and stuff like that. And like I was like, "Oh, I'm kind of thinking about applying," because at the time United K-pop were looking for people, and I was like, "I'm kind of like hesitant. Like I kind of want to do it, but I don't know if I have time. Like, what should I do?" And she was like, "You know what? Just do it. Like it would be." And I was like, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just do it." So I actually applied, and honestly, United K-pop is honestly one of my like the biggest. It made the biggest impact to my life. Like from there, I was able to do interviews. Like I did interviews with people like, oh, if you guys have seen, so obviously you guys probably know Parasite, right? By Bong Joon-ho, the director. So he directed another film called Okja, which is like a Netflix release, and I basically got to go to their screening, like a preview screening for that film. And
Where's my invite? What?
with United K-pop. And then I actually did an interview also with An Seo-han, which is like the main girl who plays Mija. Oh my God. I have never been so terrified in my life because like during those 2 periods, I went to like 2 different 5-star hotels and I was like, I am so underdressed. I don't fit my part. Like, what am I doing here? But it was amazing. And honestly, from that, I ended up, it's kind of related to how I guess, got interested into doing interviews as well, because I built up a lot of my interview experiences from there. And then with United K-pop, I had opportunities to interview like K-pop stars, um, K-pop choreographers, directors, like Korean directors and all sorts. Like in my gap year as well, I went to Korea like twice. And during the second time I went to Korea, I got to do a bunch of interviews. And you know, it's really funny. We're talking about networking. So remember when I told you guys that I was doing a music video production earlier that year? So using those connections, I actually got to meet another like K-pop, like another K-pop idol as well. And I ended up doing an interview with him. And I think the funniest thing about the interview was I never thought I would sit down and talk to like a Korean or like Korean star about the most casual things. We were literally talking about like going clubbing. And we were like, "Oh yeah, when you get to the club and stuff like that, how long does it take you to like vibe with it?" And he was like, "Honestly, with drinking, like maybe like a few hours, without drinking 45 minutes tops." And I was like, yeah, like who would ever think that you would have like a really casual conversation like that? Like I would never expect it. But United K-pop gave me some amazing experiences. That's for sure.
So because you talked a lot about networking, for our listeners, would you have any advice in terms of tips for networking? Because
I think people, you should just not be afraid to talk and like communicate with people. Like not being afraid to DM people, not being afraid to email people. Like honestly, the main reason I got half of my jobs was just because I decided to be like, you know what's the worst that can happen? Like they could just ignore my email or like they won't reply. But like what's the best that can happen? I could end up making a new connection. I could end up like building so many new experiences. And if I didn't have like, if I wasn't able to do that, I probably would not get to where I am today.
Literally.
I relate to that so hard. I honestly feel I wouldn't have, I'm going to say 85% of my friendships, because most of them have come through like social media, like Instagram and Facebook, like with you and YouTube. And I've sent my fair share of emails as well. And I haven't got replies. But then, as you said, it's like, well, what's the worst that could happen, and what's the best thing that can happen?
You know, like literally, that's how I feel. Like if I never just put my worries aside about, oh, they're gonna think I'm weird, I wouldn't be here in BAM. Literally, because me, I'm not one
You
to
thought
like.
I was gonna think you're weird?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, oh, who is this kid? Like, who is this kid messaging me? Yeah, because me, I don't know. I guess I feel awkward and shy. I'm like, oh, I really want to message this person. I want to make new friends, but I don't know how to kind of approach that. But sometimes you just have to really like put yourself out there, as Sophia said, because some of the connections that I've made to are from messaging people and be like, hey, like I'll be down to help collaborate, let me know when, So yeah, totally.
I was gonna say as well, because Sunny, you know a few of like those British Asian TikTokers as well right now, right?
Yes.
And is that through networking?
Through networking.
Networking. No, I'm really good at networking. I'm just gonna we're gonna keep quoting it just so it doesn't come off in the wrong context, which it does anyway. But yeah, I feel like that's the most important thing that we've been missing as a community. Like we're all kind of dispersed, and the most important thing is to just again like connect and reach out. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we've all been, not us though, but maybe others have been reluctant to do that. To be like, oh, how will they think of me? Oh, what if they ignore me? What if?
Yeah, just
honestly, I feel like I get this joke a lot, but like basically everyone is like, "Oh my God, Sophia, you know everybody, or you know everyone," and I'm just like, no, I don't. Like, guys, I really don't. I promise. But like, and honestly, the only reason I would say that I know of a lot of people is just the fact that I'm willing to talk to people. And it is scary. Can I just tell you now, it is daunting. Like I'm a bit socially awkward as well. Like, don't get me wrong. But like when you're willing to like, you hear something or you're willing to spark up a conversation, you end up like making more connections and stuff like that. And especially if you go to lots of events. Honestly, I swear the reason I love events is just because like, everyone is there. So you at least you're there for like some sort of same reason, right?
Yeah.
So then, like at least there's something to talk about. Like you can't be like, why am I just randomly at this event? Like, So I guess like that's kind of the reason why I'm able to talk and connect to so many people, because you already have that sense of connection when you go to an event, but it's just up to you whether you want to develop that connection or not.
I love that. Yeah, like you go to events it's for part of that experience of going to events is also the opportunity that, or like, yeah, the possibility of meeting people.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I feel like, wait, Sunny, we crossed paths at Philly Fest last year.
Philly Fest. I went to, this was the time, okay, I was going through a lot at that time and I was like, you know what? I just need to put myself out there. This is a new chapter, Sunny. You got this. You can do it on your own. So I decided to go to Philly Fest on my own. And then I saw Simon, and I'm not gonna lie, I was fangirling inside. I was like, I saw you, I saw Paolo, you had me at, I saw Ray hosting. I was like, oh my God, these are the people that I watch. And then Simon saw me, and he was like, I know you. And then he gave me a big hug.
In my DMs.
And I was just there, like, literally when Simon was approaching me, I was like, oh my God. Don't be weird. Be normal. But yeah, and I got to like connect with new people as well as like old friends as well. So yeah, events, they really do bring everyone together, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's something we should definitely do. We may have been thinking about it.
Totally.
And that's perfect because we have Sophia who can guide us. Because I remember when, I think one of the first sort of conversations with the current, like, the BAM core, I was kind of like, guys, I'm not organized. I'm just going to throw that out. Yeah, that's definitely not a label for me, the organizer.
Sophia is so her notes.
I'm kind of OCD when it comes to organizing, but it's really interesting because I wouldn't say my life is that organized, but like when it comes to like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like,
no, that's cool.
I feel like a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, you really got your you got your stuff together, and I'm like, do I really? Like, do I really? But you know what? If people think that, then that's great. At least people think that I look like I have my stuff together, you know? Like, but I guess with BAM as well, just because I just love our projects and I love doing what we do. So like that sense of organization kind of makes everything a lot more efficient as well. So
Yeah.
hopefully my organization skills rub off on you guys.
Oh no, it has. I have been able to do as much as I've done because of you guys. So like, thank you. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be as crazy in terms of ambitious if I didn't have people who are as crazy and as ambitious as me. But then definitely have people who are as organized as Sophia and Gio and Nicole. I mean, Sunny, you're almost there.
I'm getting there.
You're good at keeping yourself organized. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think.
I think Sunny's really good at taking notes. Like she's always has notes and keeps us updated. Like I know. Like Sunny is. She was talking about how she was a bit scared. Like she was trying to give me a summary about something that we were doing, and she was just like, "What if I'm rambling on? Like, what am I talking about? Where do I start?" Yeah, no, and I was just like, "Girl, you got this. Like, don't worry."
Yeah, no, literally.
If you're no, sorry, Sunny.
Oh no, because like going back to what Sophia said, because obviously like me, I'm still new to this. I still get really nervous, guys. Introductions, right? When Simon finally gathered all of us, I was dying inside. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to say? How am I going to introduce myself? Like, hi, I'm Sunny. I'm probably the youngest one here. I'm supposed to finish year 13, but COVID hit. So yeah, that's all I do. like how do I, and even just like talking, explaining to people, updating people like, hey, this is what you missed on the BAM meeting. I'm like, yeah, no, literally, I get so nervous. But I guess like the more we like do it and the more I guess,
That's why I make you do.
I know, guys, it sucks so bad because Simon has this thing where he puts me on the spot. He's like, okay, Sunny, you first. And I'm just there like, you're just attacking me because I'm the baby here, but it's fine.
Whoa, hold up. We're going to consult HR about this, okay? I don't appreciate that.
But aren't you HR?
Aren't you HR?
Yeah.
So you're consulting yourself?
I don't. Oh, is that the time now? We're almost out of time here, so we'll be. No, yeah, but I know how you felt. It was so funny when we had that first Zoom call with the British Asian creative slot. Sunny joins in, right? I never looked like she looked so calm, but on the like beyond the surface, I was like, nah, she is stressed. And she messages me. She's like,
no, I messaged Ray first because Ray was like the first person that I saw, and I was like, hey, did I miss anything? And Ray was like, yes. I said, what did I miss? A lot. And I was just like, thanks, Ray. That helps. So I was like, okay. I saw Simon. I was like, okay, let me message Simon. I was like, hey, Si, like, did I miss anything? And he was, being Si, very nice and sweet. He was like, oh no, we're just doing introductions. All good. I was like, okay, that's calm. Listen, I kind of accidentally like joined. I was trying to fix something and now I'm here. And so Simon says, oh, you can leave. And so I did. And so I left, right? And then he was like, I was joking.
I was joking.
Poor Sunny.
Poor Sunny.
And then it happened again, remember? Because we were supposed to, we had like another meeting.
Oh, and then you joined at the end of that call.
Yeah, and then so I entered, and then I just see Sophia.
I remember being so confused, and I was like, why does she look so lost? Why is she here also? Like, why now?
And so I just like left immediately, and then I texted you, I'm like, hey, I accidentally joined again when I wasn't meant to.
Oh, bless you.
1 mishap was okay. 2 mishaps. Actually 3, because like after our meeting, I accidentally left when I wasn't supposed to leave after a meeting. So yeah, it was.
She's getting there.
I'm
No,
not.
third time's the charm, right?
Third time's the charm.
Hey,
Like you
the
gotta
last.
go for the hat trick, right? Like you
Literally.
might as well.
I mean, I didn't leave the last time we had a meeting. I'm learning. I'm getting better at it. I like to think I am. I hope.
You are, you are.
You are,
And
don't worry.
I love because like when we first got the team together as well, we made that sort of list of the skills and stuff like that about what we feel we're kind of like good,
Oh
comfortable
yeah.
at, as well as the stuff that we want to kind of like develop and whatnot. So for Sunny, I'm gonna put like public speaking in there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm joking. I don't want to. It's like I want to push, but I don't want to push too hard. I should
No,
be
like you should.
yeah,
Definitely. Please.
You guys will see Sunny as a host at some point during BAM.
You never know. What's up, guys? Welcome to the BAM and Beyond podcast, where we talk about things that matter to our community, BAM projects, and us, the people behind BAM. I'm Sunny, your host for today. Joining with me is Simon and Sophia. Say hi, guys.
Hi guys.
Hi.
See, you got it. You got it there. You got it.
I'm getting there. Whew, I'm sweating. Not gonna lie. Over here.
Bless you. Bless you. But I mean, like I said, it's like I'm sure me and Sophia can like testify. Like the more we've done it, the more it became like kind of like second nature, just messaging people and like.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you now, when I first started doing media related stuff, I was so afraid to be in front of a camera. Like, I was always that person who was like, no, I'm okay, I'm good, guys. Like, let me just stay here. Like, you know what? I'm comfortable here. And like, I guess like, then it made me realize like, why am I so afraid? Like, I really need to kind of push myself out there, be like, I guess like with public speaking and stuff, like I enjoy talking and stuff like that. It's just, you know, the fear of like everybody
People.
looking at you. Yeah. I mean, I can say the same for like when I was doing like open mics or like performances as well. I used to be so afraid. I was like, oh my God, where do I look? Why is there so many people? What if something goes wrong? Like it's always the same thought that's going on, right? And like, I guess, but like, you know, with BAM, it's just having the opportunity to be able to talk on call and like being in front of the camera, which is, it's hard. Like I'm also sweating and I'm also like, you know, like I can feel my hands and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, but like it's getting better. And I know that with time, like it's something that hopefully I would develop as well.
Yeah, that's so very, very well said. I feel like, yeah, for me as well, like there's definitely still a lot of stuff I still want to learn. Like I feel like we're always learning still, right?
Yeah.
Like it's still day one here at BAM, and we know where we want to go. We know what we're doing, but at the same time, we have no idea what we're doing. No, you know what I mean, though. But yeah, I feel like we covered a lot. That was good.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you guys feeling more relaxed now? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we segue and say goodbyes?
Sorry, this is not the end. You just.
I know.
He always makes it sound like it's about to end and it's only just begun. Like I don't know how to feel. Like, is it over?
Yeah. Like, sorry, you're making it seem like we're not going to be texting each other after this.
Oh yeah, that's something we've got into the habit of. When we end our like meetings, we're like, okay, guys, I'll see you in the chat.
You say that, but oh my God, like the other day, me and Simon were like, guys, we're gonna take a break. Like, take a break from BAM. And you know what? What's a break? Because apparently me and Simon can't talk about anything unless it's BAM related. Like, you know, if there was like a jar that you had to put money in, it's like for every time you mention something about BAM would probably be rich just from me and Simon trying to talk about normal stuff, but being like, oh wait, but BAM.
No, that's true. I mean, because basically what I've noticed from over the past, like, has it been a month now or a few weeks at least since we've all got together?
Maybe almost a few weeks, almost a month, maybe.
Few weeks, almost a month. And basically, because we'd have a lot of meetings, and I remember there was one day we were on for like, I think 7-8 hours. And it was a case of, I realized like, we need to take breaks. Like, we forget to eat, we forget to drink.
Literally, we don't remember until we leave the meeting. We're like, oh, guys, I haven't ate today.
Yeah. So then now, recently with Sophia, I'm like, when we were working on stuff, we were like, okay, let's take a break. And then we went on social media and we were still talking about work.
Oh my god! Like I was like, oh, so what do you do in your free time? Oh yeah, like oh, I watch K dramas and stuff. But then you were like, oh wait, but like oh bam, and I was like, we really can't. We really need to like not talk about bam. And like the only time we didn't talk about bam was when we were like sitting in silence.
It wasn't an awkward silence though.
Literally.
No. Like it was
Yeah.
like a mutual silence where we should just not talk because we will talk
Yeah.
about work anyway.
But then, like we said in the beginning, it doesn't feel like work most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Which is good.
sure. Like I think that's kind of why, like, as bad as it sounds, we forget to do our like daily routines, like eating and whatnot, because we're just like
What's
getting
food?
so carried away. Like you know, when it's kind of like when you have a catch up with someone, but like it just goes on forever, and you don't even look at the time and you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Except for us, it's like a regular catch up,
The regular catch up.
like a
dating each other
daily
and
one.
stuff. Yeah, literally.
I love that. And
Mm.
on that note, we will be ending the episode there. So thank you for listening to us. I hope you learned a lot, and make sure you follow Sunny and Sophia on social media as well. Their links will be in the description. Feel free to DM them any questions.
Network.
Network.
If you're watching the video, you'll know what we're doing. If you're listening, you should also watch the podcast too. But yeah, if you're on iTunes, leave us 5 stars because that helps us a lot. Subscribe, share this, and buy our merch. Support. I'm gonna insert pictures somewhere here where you can see stuff.
They're cute.
They're hella cute. I think you should check them out. And yeah, and also obviously check out our current lineup of shows. Make sure you watch them, you share them, and yeah, I think did I cover everything, guys?
Basically.
Filters.
Oh yeah, and check out our filters on Instagram. So when you use them, make sure you tag bamnbeyond so we can share it, add it to our highlights because we love to see your beautiful faces. And yeah, and did I mention questions?
Go for it.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. If you guys have any questions for any of the members, please email us, drop a comment, tweet us,
Send us
Facebook
a
us,
DM.
Yeah, slide us a DM.
DM
Network.
Network.
and yeah, hopefully we'll have a segment where we can answer questions once we actually get questions. So please ask us. Ask us anything. Like it could be. I don't know.
Family.
I was just thinking, would you like some advice for sliding into DMs? Because
Yeah, if you guys would like to hear advice from Sophia about how to slide into DMs, let us know.
not that kind of slide, like networking, right, guys?
Network.
Also, comment down below. Who do you think is better at sliding DMs, guys or girls? Simon says girls are better at sliding DMs, but
I know that girls are better at sliding in DMs because you are. The facts.
But how can you be so sure?
Yeah, let us know
Exactly.
who's better at sliding in DMs. We'll talk about it in the next episode or some point because I am right. That girls are better. Wait. Actually, I think what I meant to say was girls are better at stalking,
yes.
which is why they're good at DMs because they have that.
Or like all the
research.
information and stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
now I see where you're coming from now. Okay, no, I see that.
No. You can't agree with that. I agree with the stalking, but that does not guarantee that
Yeah, they're
we
good
are
at-
good at sliding.
You have the tools to slide. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
but
sometimes if you have too much information, then you end up letting slip how much you know. So that's why it's like, so how do I slide? Like, what can I say without it seeming creepy?
yeah, how do I slide without, revealing that I've literally stalked their Instagram, found their Facebook, found their family's Facebook and their ex-girlfriend's Facebook. And maybe TikTok too. Okay, check us out in the next episode.
On the avenues, right, guys? Like, so, like listening to us.
Thanks for watching and listening. We're going to speak to Sunny now, and we'll see you in the next episode.